Intuition. What is it? Does everyone have it? Do we know we have it? And does it matter? Well, we're going to learn all about that in today's episode of Tarek and Valerie. I'm here with my guide, Tarek, and we communicate using these divining rods. So let's get right to it. So Tarek says hello. So let's just start with the definition of intuition. It's attaining knowledge without evident rational thought. So, some in the scientific community may say that it is a processing of events that have happened throughout your life very rapidly in a situation, um, so that you can make a decision based on that information. Tarek is saying no, and obviously I'm here talking to a spirit, so I believe there's much more than just what happens in our brain, as some scientists might say. So Tarek is saying yes to that. So I see intuition as an internal compass. It's also sometimes called a vibe. You're getting a vibe, you're getting a gut feeling. It's coming from somewhere that's telling you something, whether it's alerting you to danger or a vibe about a certain person, whether it's good or bad. Or just it can help you get in alignment with your true soul essence or your higher self. And that's what I find very magical and cool about intuition. So let's start with just asking Tarek some questions. So, Tarek, does everybody have intuition? Yes, of course. Some people probably are not very intuitive, even though it's there. And can they improve that if they so desire? Yes. So, do some groups of people, and again, I hate to do just generalities, but are some groups of people just naturally more intuitive? Like, for example, are introverts more intuitive than extroverts in general? No. Okay, that's interesting. I thought maybe people who are very internally oriented might be more intuitive, but that's not the case, according to Tarek. Okay. What about water signs if we're looking at astrology? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, those are kind of known to be more intuitive. And Tarek is saying, no, that doesn't matter either. So anyone, it sounds like, can be intuitive. We also hear a lot about women's intuition. So, are women more intuitive than men? Yes. So, that's interesting. Um, is that because of just that more maternal instinct and maybe just more aware of caring for or observing danger or what have you for our young, or even people who aren't women, who aren't mothers, obviously may have intuition, a stronger sense just because they care for pets or whatever. Okay, interesting. Tarek is saying yes. So I thought it was interesting to learn that, like Albert Einstein, who obviously has a scientific mind, said the intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. And we have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. Tarek is saying yes. So if we look at the mind and the body, we have a culture that is very mind oriented. It's very achievement, power, success oriented, and that's very brain based and not so much being in touch with our bodies. So, does the intuition come from a more physical body space, which is why we say it's a gut feeling? Okay, Tarek is saying yes. So, oh, he's saying no. Does it come more from the body? No. Okay, so let's dig into that a little bit. Is it an alignment with our higher self or our soul essence? Yes. So, does our soul and our higher self reside in our physical being. No. So it is like that divine spark that we're connected to, obviously, with our physical being, but it's a higher, all knowing or more knowing spark that we're connected to. And so when we are feeling intuition or an intuitive hit, are we in alignment with that soul spark or that higher self giving us guidance? There we go. Okay, so I think a lot of times for creative people, you hear about that creative spark or the flow that people get into where something is just like downloaded to them. Like, let's take an author who's like, this book just popped out of me. I got in the flow and I wrote this book. I don't know where it came from. Or we may hear it from songwriters who are like, I just wrote this hit song in 10 minutes. I don't know where it came from. Is that them getting in an alignment with their higher self, and it's almost like a download that comes to them from them? Yes, he's saying yes. I know I don't know if it was a quote from Bob Dylan, but it's attributed to him quite often, that he said, people keep asking me where the songs come from. But what they really want to know is, why didn't it come to them? So I when I heard that, I think I saw it and heard it in the movie. I was like, oh yes, that makes sense to me, because he was meant, that's coming from himself. And if something is meant for you and you're in alignment with your higher self, it will come to you and it will happen. So, Tarek, is there a way for all of us, I keep saying yes, I haven't finished my question. Is there a way for all of us to kind of get in that flow? Is it quieting the mind and asking to receive? Yes. And maybe setting an intention of, this is what I want, this is what I know I can do, and quieting down and just letting go and getting in that flow. Yes. And is it important at this time on planet Earth for us to really start trying to get in alignment with our soul purpose? Yes. And we can use our intuition to do that, finding out our soul purpose. It also, outside of what we've talked about, following your intuition, this has probably happened to everyone, where you think, I don't want to go there at this time, and maybe something happened there, and so you're like, I dodged that bullet. Or you just get a bad vibe from a certain person or a place and decide to avoid that. And alternately, it can happen in a good way. Like, you might meet somebody and just have a knowing that you're meant to have this person in your life, and you're going to become really good friends or maybe partners, or you just know. It's a knowing. And that is coming from our intuition, which is coming from our higher self. So, like, I have my guide Tarek here. So, Tarek, does my intuition come from you, my guide? No. So it's coming from me, a part of my own soul, helping me get in alignment with who I am. Yes. And then you, as my guide, are there to help keep me on my path. No. You are there to support me with whatever decisions I happen to make, but independently and outside of my own soul and higher self. Yes. Okay. Tarek, do you have a message for us about this and outside of what we've talked about? Yes, he does. So let's see what he says. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F. Oh, is it E? K, E? Okay. A, B, C, D, E. Is it keep? Is that the full word? Okay, next word. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. Next letter. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. With, keep with. Okay, next word. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Higher. Self. Keep with higher self. Is there another word? Okay, so we just need to keep in alignment with our higher self, maybe through meditation or just setting an intention. We probably don't have to do anything. We're already connected. It's just opening that awareness to that connection so that that flow can come through and we can get in alignment with our higher self and our purpose, whatever that may be. Obviously different for everyone. But that is one way to get in alignment. And when you're in alignment with your purpose and with your higher self and your soul essence, that's when you can start to really manifest things, saying yes. And it's almost like jumping into a stream and going with the flow rather than swimming upstream when you're trying to be somebody that you're not. And he's saying yes to all of that. Okay, well, would love to know if you feel like you're an intuitive person, if you feel like you have no idea what that is, or if you've had any really cool experiences with intuition that have put you on a cool path, or maybe you got some sort of inspiration and created something really cool really quickly and we're like, I don't know how that happened, but it was amazing. Would love to know about that. And as always, we would greatly appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to our channel. And that's all we have today. Tarek says thank you and gives us all a big warm hug. Until next time, thanks again.